What if I told you that the plant sitting on someone's window right now, drooping, wilted, barely holding on, is you? Not because you are broken, not because you have failed, but because, like that plant, you have been giving everything to everyone and quietly and slowly running out of that one thing you need the most. You wake up tired, you push through the day, you make home exhausted, and then you do it all over again tomorrow. Sounds familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about burnout. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens one neglected need at a time. And the good news is, recovery doesn't happen all at once either. It happens one stage at a time. Today, I want to walk you through 5 stages using a visual that I promise once you see, you will never unsee it. Stay with me. This one is for you. Look at this image. 5 stages, 1 plant, 1 pot, 1 journey. From wilted brown and slumped all the way to blooming, radiant, and overflowing with purple flowers. That journey, that is exact journey your nervous system, your energy, and your sense of self goes through when you recover from burnout. And here's what I want you to notice. The pot never changes, the soil never changes, the roots are always there. What changes is the level of care, the attention, the intentional nourishment. You are that plant. And right now, I want you to meet you exactly where you are, in which stage you are in, and show you what's possible. Stage 1, the burnout. Look at stage 1. Look closely. The leaves are brown at the edges. They droop down like they have been upholding themselves. The stems are thin, crooked, and the pot with its sad little face looks like it's just enduring. Does any part of that feels familiar? Because when you are in burnout, you don't just feel physically tired, you feel kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. You wake up after 8 hours and you are still exhausted. You go through all the work in office. You smile when you're supposed to smile. You answer emails. You show up. But inside, there's a quiet emptiness, a numbness, like the colors have drained from the world. You might even feel a low hum of dread in the morning, that feeling before you have even opened your eye. Not again. And here's what I need you to hear right now. That is not weakness. That is not laziness. That is your system, your brilliant, hardworking, deeply committed system telling you it has nothing left. The plant in stage 1 didn't fail. It just ran out of water. It ran out of light. It ran out of care. And you know what? It's still alive. The roots are still in the soil, just like yours. Stage 2, the slight sprout stage. Now look at stage 2. Something has changed. The plant still looks fragile. The leaves are still a little droopy, a little uncertain. The colors are still muted, still healing. But look, there is at the top a new sprout, tiny, tentative, but real. This is the stage most people don't recognize in themselves because it's so small. Because after burnout, anything less than full energy feels like a failure. But I want you to reframe that. The tiny sprout, that is courage. In slight sprout, you might notice just once that you woke up without that heavy dread, or you had a conversation that didn't drain you, or you felt a flicker of interest in something you used to love. And then, almost immediately, your mind says, don't get your hopes up. You are crashing again. That voice? That's the nervous system being protective. It's been burned out before. It's not going to trust so quickly. But here's what I want you to do in this stage. Don't reach for your full bloom. Don't try to go from stage 2 to stage 5 in a week. Instead, just water the sprout. One good night of sleep, one walk, one conversation where you said what you actually felt. That's enough. That's everything. That pot in stage 2, notice the face? Still neutral, not happy yet, but not defeated either. Just open. Be open. That's the only job in stage 2. Stage 3, growing the resilience. Stage 3, look at what's happened. The plant is upright now. The leaves, some of them are still little brown, still carrying the story where they have been. But new ones are emerging. Green, full, reaching upwards. The pot's face, that little almost smile like, it's daring to feel okay. This is the growing resilience. And this is where the real work begins. Not the hard, punishing, grinding kind of work, but the intentional kind. In this stage, you start to notice, I have more capacity than I did last month. You start to set your first boundary. Maybe it's saying no to a meeting that wasn't yours to take. Maybe it's not checking emails after 7 p.m. Small but significant. And here's the NLP truth I want to drop here. Your brain is literally rewiring in this stage. Every time you choose a rest over relentless hustle, you're building a new neutral path. You're growing new leaves. But here's the trap in the stage 3. And I have seen this derail so many people. You start to feel better, and your old identity, the one that equated worth with productivity, whispers, now that you are better, do more. Don't. Listen to me. Do not speed up in stage 3. The plant with brown edged leaves and green new growth is not ready for full sun yet. It needs consistent, protected, nourishing condition. So do you. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Stage 4, the blooming strength. Now look at stage 4. I need you to really take this in. This plant is unrecognizable from stage 1. The leaves are lush, wide and full, a deep, confident green. There's a little bud forming at the top, the first glimpse of a flower. And that little face on the pot, there it is, a genuine smile. This blooming strength, and you know what it feels like when you are here? It feels like walking up and thinking, I'm actually okay. Not perfect, not invincible, but grounded, resourceful, present. You start making decisions from a place of clarity rather than fear. You start saying yes to things because you want to, not because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. You notice you have opinions again, creative ideas, a sense of humor. You laugh genuinely at something and you realize, oh, I forgot I could do that. In stage 4, something profound is happening underneath the surface too. The root system, your values, your identity, your sense of who you are when you are not defined by your output, that root system is deepening. Think about what makes a tree withstand a storm, not the branches, the roots. And you are putting down roots, deep, strong, unshakable ones. The bud in stage 4 tells you something very important. It says the bust is not behind you. It's forming right now at the very tip of your growth. The only thing that separates stage 4 from stage 5 is the time and trust. Stage 5, the joyful flourish. And then there's stage 5. Look at this. Just look at it. The plant is overflowing. Gorgeous purple flowers, 3-4 of them, bloom wide and unashamed. The leaves are reaching in every direction. The green is deep and alive. The face on the pot is beaming, full, open, joyful smile. This is joyful flourish. And I want to be very clear about what this stage is and what it isn't. It isn't the absence of stress. It isn't a perfect life. It isn't never having a hard day again. It is sustained energy. It is knowing how to nourish yourself before you deplete yourself. It is being deeply rooted enough that when the wind comes, and it will, you will bend, but you do not break. In joyful flourish, you wake up and feel like the hero or heroine of your own life. You bring yourself, full self, to your work, your relationship, your goals. And here's what I find the most profound about the plant in stage 5. It's not just surviving for itself. Those flowers, they attract, they give, they offer something to the world around them. When you are flourishing, you become a resource for others, not by draining yourself, but by overflowing. That is what sustainable energy looks like. That is what's possible for you. Not someday, not when things calm down, now, starting from exactly where you are. Now, here's the question I want to leave you with. Which stage are you in right now? Be honest with yourself, not where you think you should be, not where you were 6 months ago, but where you are right now, today. Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you are in stage 1 or 4. What matters is knowing where you are so you know what you actually need. And the beautiful truth about this plant, it moved through all 5 stages, every single one of them. So you can. You have spent long enough running on empty. It's time to bloom. Till then, stay clear and confident with mental clarity.